This is Ducks beat reporter James Crepea for the Oregonian and Oregon Live, taking an early look at Oregon's season opener against Portland State. Starting offensively for the Ducks, and it has to start with Bo Nix at quarterback. When you have a Heisman contender at quarterback, complete with billboard campaign and all, it makes you a pretty good team. And obviously, they were a top 25 offense in almost every category last season. And I don't think there's really much of an argument. Oregon is a more talented and deeper, more explosive team, certainly on paper entering this season, than they were even a year ago. They returned their entire running back core, led by Bucky Irving and Noah Whittington. Jordan James is their third back, and two really talented freshmen in Dante Dowdell and Jaden Lamar. I would expect all five players to get an opportunity on Saturday at Autzen Stadium. The receiving core is led, of course, by Troy Franklin, adding to it a Tez Johnson, Gary Bryant Jr., and Trayshawn Holden, along with a Chris Hudson, along with a tight end and Terrence Ferguson. A lot of weapons for the Ducks to rely on starting on Saturday. And yes, they do have to replace a lot of pieces on the offensive line, as so many people have noted, but they have a lot of experience to turn to there in doing so. So I would expect Oregon's offense to really have its way with Portland State on Saturday, pad some of its stats to start the season, and give Texas Tech a little bit to look at in terms of things on tape entering week 2. Taking a look at some things defensively for Oregon as it enters its season opener against Portland State on Saturday. I don't think we're going to know a whole lot or learn a whole lot about the Ducks on Saturday defensively, or really even offensively for that matter. But specific to the defense, the biggest questions obviously are situational defense, particularly third down and 7+ pass defense, and pass rush as a whole, generating negative plays. Turnovers, they're actually pretty good last season, despite the fact that they didn't have a whole lot of pass rush or particularly good in pass defense and situational plays. But if they can manage to at least pad their stats, if they can manage to generate a lot of pass rush, particularly from a Jordan Birch, South Carolina transfer, or a Brandon Dorlus who comes back for his fifth-year senior season, Mace Funa, a fifth-year senior, or Popo Amavai at nose tackle coming back into the lineup. If some of those guys can generate consistent pass rush on Saturday against an inferior opponent, that's a positive sign. Why I say I don't think they're going to learn a whole lot about this team on Saturday, frankly, is because they are the far superior team. I think if we learn anything, it'll probably be in a negative context. That's why I don't think we are. I think we're going to see Oregon have its way on both sides of the ball. That would certainly be according to plan. And if that goes according to plan for the Ducks, then chances are we'll get to see some of the freshmen in a prolonged period of time, particularly in the second half. And that may be some of the areas we will learn a few things about some of the depth of this team.